So this is a model 7026 TM radio. We're going to do a quick review on this and see how this thing operates. Personally, I consider this a budget stereo. It costs about $50 if you look around for it. You might even be able to find it cheaper than that. If I can find a good deal, I'll put it in the description down below. But let's get started with this review. Now, when you first turn on the stereo, it takes about maybe 2 seconds to come up to the screen, and the screen is just your FM receiver. It seems to be no matter where I leave the screen when I turn the car off, once I start it back up, it comes right back to the FM stereo. Now, that's something else that I want to talk about is it has a FM receiver, but it does not have an AM receiver. Now for me, that's okay. I rarely listen to AM, so it was not a deal breaker. I usually only listen to FM, very little actually, and most of the time I just listen to music from my phone, or I like to stream some podcasts. That being said, let's see some of the features. It does have a equalizer. However, the equalizer is very limited. It is just a preset setting. As you can see, we have pop, we have off, we have classic, and we have rock, and then it just keeps repeating. So not a lot of features there. Other than that, there's no thrills, no bells. You can just kind of skip forward and backwards through the channels. There's no keypad where you can actually just enter 92.3, but that's okay. I don't listen to the radio a lot anyhow. You might not either. Let's take a look at some of the other features. If we press the home button up here in the corner, it'll take us to where some of the toys are. And as you can see, we have a music, which would be if you have MP3s on here. We have movie, which if you have movies on here, you can play those as well. And photos. So let's take a look at the music. And I do have some public domain songs on here. And so we can take a look and see how they play. So I'm going to turn the volume up. It is actually a round control knob. You can't see because of the lighting, but you literally turn it left and right. It's physical. And you can flip through the songs that are on your MP3 player. So not too fancy, but it works. So now let's take a look at some of the other features. We're going to go back home and we'll go into the movies. And the movie menu is a little bit more like a file explorer, but if you also see there's some repeat, like I can go back to the music here and select whatever's on my card. And so there's 3 songs there. I go down to the movie and find a movie. I have one on here called Dog Heaven. Again, it's public domain, so we can play that and not violate any copyrights. It also has a forward and kind of fast feature menu when you touch the screen. It'll come up here at the bottom, and you can just kind of skip forward, skip backwards. I believe this also has a video out as well, so you could have an external monitor and play to it as well. So maybe you have visor screens or screens for the back of the headrest. So that works pretty well too. Let's go back home here and we'll take a look at the photos. I do have a photo on here. I actually have one photo on here just for this particular movie that we're doing. And it is just a picture of a Lincoln logo. We are in a Lincoln Town Car, so it seemed appropriate to me to put that on there. So we'll go back home. We'll look at some of the other options. And this is just a feature that you can scroll left and right. There is a file explorer that kind of takes you through the files so you can see what's on your card. And it really is nothing more than what we've already been in. You can play your music through here and find different things, such as the MP3 player that's going to come up when we click the MP3 song. So let's go back home. The auxiliary is actually a jack that's up here in the front left. Again, you can't see it because of the lighting, but it's basically just a headphone style input. The Bluetooth, it does handle Bluetooth calling settings. It has a keypad that does come up on the screen. It seems to work okay. Again, it's not great. It's not bad. It's okay. Let's take a look at some of the other features. The settings, they're pretty general. There is a, I guess I want to call it a charge boost. Basically, if your phone is plugged into the USB port, it's going to charge. But if you turn it on, it seems to give it just a little bit more power. So it's more like a high-speed fast charge. It seems to work pretty good. We don't need that, so we're going to turn it off. Go back to the menu. The last feature in this menu is actually why I purchased this stereo. I like to listen to podcasts, as I said earlier. I like to download those on my phone and just kind of stream them through the Bluetooth. And I thought, you know what? This thing has a streaming feature. Maybe I can listen to my podcasts and stream them through the radio every morning. And I would also get a little bit of a charge on my phone if I plug it into USB port. And that's exactly what this radio will allow you to do. So right now I have my phone plugged in to the USB port, and we're going to turn this feature on. And what you're going to see is an exact duplicate of what is on my phone. It is literally mirroring the display. Now I can pretty much open anything, including a video. We're going to pull up one of my videos so we don't have any copyright laws here. And as you can see, this is touch screen, so I can actually operate my phone right from the touch screen. So we'll play this video here. And I'm going to skip through the video. I kind of want you to see that it is losing a little bit of frames. It's not bad. It's very watchable, but there is some loss in the screencasting. Something to make note of. Now for me, not a big deal. You could definitely watch a movie like this, but I just wanted to, kind of broadcast my podcast. It's going to work out great. This unit also has a couple of other features which I can't show you. One of those is it does have a reverse camera option, so you can just tie the camera into the back of the unit, and basically that works out just like any other reverse camera. It has a built-in DVR, so you can tie a camera and do some digital video recording. Again, I don't have a camera plugged in, so I can't show you. One cool feature that it has is if you're pretty much, you want everything to match in your car like I do, my actual interior has green lighting. You can change the color of the few buttons that are on the screen. So you can make them blue, you can make them green, whatever color you want, it'll allow you to do that. The volume knob is also a button, so when you press down on it, you'll get some other options. So we can adjust our bass, we can adjust our treble, we can adjust the balance, we can adjust our fading forward and backwards. It has a little bit of an equalizer adjustment, not much there as you've seen earlier. We can adjust some loudness, and we have a regular volume control. We can also adjust the brightness of the screen. We can adjust the contrast of the screen. We can adjust the saturation of the screen, and we can adjust the hue of the screen. Press it again and it brings us back to the menu. The unit does have steering wheel control capability, so if your vehicle has steering wheel controls, you may very well be able to wire it into the stereo. Now obviously other manufacturers of vehicles all have different ideas, and there really is no standard, so you'll need to do a little bit of footwork to see if your car is compatible with these controls. So the final question is this car stereo worth it? Now, like I said earlier, this is a budget stereo. It costs $50. And if you can tolerate not having an AM radio, you know what? I think it is worth it. It has enough features that seem to make it pretty usable. I think it sounds decent, and I think it's kind of a bang for the buck at $50. If you like these types of videos, please like and subscribe. Take a look at some of my other videos. You might find something you like. And please comment below if you would like to see a review on something, or if you have any comments about this particular unit.